Hello! Welcome to Saturday Afternoon Adventures. I'm your host, Robot Spacer. Good to see you all. Thank you for your patience. Running a little behind today. Quack Gav, great to see you. Yes, we did look at page 5 of the point and click book last week. Very much enjoyed the Gary Whitta pixel portrait. Junior Skeg, love the cool potato. Entropy, Silver Streak, Valis, great to see y'all. Hope you're doing well. And Unsecret Crush from the other room. I believe she will be with us in a bit. So, we are in Chapter 5 of King's Quest Adventures of Graham. A Good Night, I believe is the subtitle. We got a decent ways in last week. Old King Graham here is who we are playing as. I didn't have a chance to review the end of the stream, so there's some details I'm a little hazy on. I think what happened here is basically old Graham is once again telling a story to Gwendolyn, but like he's having a hard time remembering things, or maybe wanting to, like he seems like he wants to make his stories more memorable. And like, you know, make sure he shared everything he could that was important in the stories of his adventures so that he will be remembered. And it was also revealed that all this time we've been judging Gart for being a little brat because we thought he had learned the news that he wasn't in line to become king, but that's actually not what he was upset about at all. He was upset to learn that Graham is expecting to die soon. So that's where we are. In this story, we've had to kind of answer questions that basically decide how Graham remembers things, which is interesting. And I'm curious where they're going to go with that exactly. It's kind of introduced the concept that Graham is perhaps not a reliable narrator, and you know, maybe he's gotten some details wrong throughout the stories of this game even. I don't know if that's gonna be a thing they're gonna explore or not, but certainly in this segment we have the opportunity to basically decide how this story plays out by choosing how Graham remembers things. And in fact, there have even been some neat gameplay mechanics around that. So, I think that is a pretty decent summary of where we're at. And since I'm running behind, I think we're just going to get on into it. Let's, okay. I didn't think we had any inventory items. The last thing we did, like, there was a fire in the area just outside town. And Graham had to, like, rescue a bunch of, like, trinkets of, like, one was, like, I think a big trophy. They were basically all, like, items related to his accomplishments. And I can't remember exactly why we were coming to town here. If anyone does remember that, please refresh my memory.
We were planted in Daventry at the same time, but just like my legacy, this tree would outgrow me.
Hey, Vervain, good to see you. The tree has gotten quite large. Let's see. Oh, right. There was a little bit where Graham wanted to tell us about Amaya's assistant that I guess he forgot to tell us about previously.
It seemed like when I was younger, every door was open to me. But as I grew, one by one, they began to close.
I have a feeling that... Oh, interesting. There's a very large lock on the door and back there. I have a feeling that Acorn is going to be the only one we can talk to here.
Locked as well. Really only leaves me with one choice.
I'm just curious to check out this. I don't know if this is just to prevent us from going out there or what.
I beefed up security on that back gate to make sure no Etzel wolves could break in. The lock was crafted from very rare chromium I mined from the caverns in Ceridia. It was resistant to magic and required multiple keys. Of course, I couldn't remember where I had hidden them.
A puzz? Oh, that sign's great. Oh no.
I could still make out some squirrel tracks under the dust, and I wondered if that's why the shop hadn't been sold yet.
Oh, what is this?
He knitted us a new friend every holiday.
I love Acorn.
He knitted us a new friend every holiday. No one ever fell apart making macaroni art.
That's so cute. Trying to figure out if we can go up these stairs here. Okay.
He knitted us a new friend every holiday.
Am I missing something here? Oh. Triumph commemorative plate. 1 out of 3. I wish I could have got a better look at that. Oh no.
No! No! My castle! I ran back home to make sure everyone was safe.
Well, that's not good. This whole segment this feels more like we're exploring Graham's fears than anything that actually happened. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna pause for a moment. Unsecret Crush said, "Does the fire symbolize things he lied about?" Pants on fire. My interpretation is that like he's worried about his legacy being destroyed or, you know, more likely simply forgotten. So like this things catching on fire is like a way of symbolizing those things just kind of being obliterated. But maybe it is literally happening. I don't know. Oh.
Well, hello there, friend.
Manny, hasn't your game grown tired and old?
Oh, I'm quite finished expending my efforts to refine this cesspit. I sacrificed my best years to the pursuit of a better Daventry. Now there's nothing left for me to do except watch as it burns to the ground and to hope that it will all be forgotten.
It was never about a better Daventry, and you know it. You just want to prove you're better than me.
Better than you? What have you ever contributed to this kingdom? If I didn't rig the night tournament, you wouldn't even be standing here. No, you owe your entire legacy to all the Cretans that sacrificed their lives to build it.
Well then, leave my family out of this. Come out of hiding and face me alone. I'll grant you the rematch you so desperately seek.
Graham, your bones are too weak for a duel of strength, and your ankles would fracture in any contest of speed. Would your rusty memory even provide any decent competition in a game of wits?
What's the matter, Manny? Are you afraid if I win, you will run out of excuses for why you were never crowned king?
All right. First, prove to me that you're still strong and quick. You know where to find me.
Do I?
All right, mine, don't fail me now.
Is he still in that tower? I don't.
I
recognize
mean,
that key.
my best bet would be down in the goblin territory.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Junior Skeg, thank you so much for that 5 months of subscribing. I appreciate your support very much. It's great to have you here. Unsecret Crush is with us now. Also, I don't know if you saw, I investigated the door in the back of town had a lock with like 5 different colored keyholes on it. So I assume this key we just got is one of those.
Okay. I was checking in on my phone every so often, but there is a significant delay, obviously.
Right. So I'm trying to like orient myself here. Like I kind of. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what, like, I don't know where we're supposed to go exactly. So I guess we'll just explore, and at least we'll get to enjoy this wonderful old Graham running animation some more. Interesting. What?
Interesting. What's that first thing in your inventory?
Oh, that is a Triumph commemorative plate. 1 out of 3.
Fascinating.
Yeah. That was in Acorn's shop, which is no longer occupied, and perhaps now burned to the ground.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't really seem like there was anyone left in town. Let's just explore the whole area here. I feel like there's probably a bunch of little interesting details. Okay.
You're clearly missing some components here.
Yeah, I feel like this is some kind of lock mechanism. Like we have to turn these the right way and then press the button. But yeah, we probably need to put something on here. Oh, maybe not. Okay, yeah.
Just weren't standing in the right spot.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
I see. It's only part of Triumph.
Yeah, I said when I got it that I wished I could have got a better look at it because it looked to me like it was incomplete. So I think we need to get all the pieces and then rotate them to line them up,
Right.
which will get us a complete picture and also some sort of message.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that'll be to rotate the other ones. I feel like I rotated it one too far. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, the low latency setting in the mobile
Well,
app does help a lot, but it's
think-
still a little bit more delayed.
And I think also part of why I missed stuff is like as I was approaching this room, I turned the volume down on my phone so there wouldn't be a doubling of audio.
Right.
And then I had to like come in the room and get my headphones on so I could understand what was happening in real time. Unavoidable, I think, in some circumstances.
Right. I guess there's nothing here. There's a bunch of tents
Yeah, that's weird.
that I don't think were ever there before. Like when there was a contest on the floating island, there were a bunch of just poles, I think, without
Right.
anything on them really. And I don't think there was anything else up there other than people. I feel like we came down from here at one point, but certainly can't ask old Graham to climb up there.
Indeed.
There's another plate.
Oh, are they all found in places of memorable triumph moments? Because that's where he was caught in a trap, right? In the first episode?
But Acorn's shop doesn't really make sense, right?
I don't know.
But yeah,
guess-
that
I
is
guess,
where he was
like-
caught.
They knew you would go to town, so maybe that's just where you find the first one.
Oh.
Goblins thrived in the rocks to the east, so I stayed away.
But the confusing thing to me is this seems like the same plate we already have. Like the picture and the letters look identical.
Sure.
Okay.
The placement of the letters maybe is slightly different, but it's hard to say for sure. I'm just speculating. Okay.
Ominous.
Indeed.
I could use an item on that. Interesting. Is there a very old wolf in this cave? Maybe.
Possible.
I was
Maybe.
happy my lighting project had been implemented. But I did miss using my pumpkin lantern.
Those holes were maybe where like wolves
Yeah.
would poke out, so maybe that's all that's a callback to.
Well, the fact that I could use an item on it makes
Sure.
me think
Yeah.
there's, maybe I can offer it a treat or something. I don't know.
Some kind of Easter egg maybe.
Right.
After Alexander returned, we sealed up the goblin holes.
I don't know what I'm gonna do to get that plate down.
Shoot it with an arrow?
Do I have arrows?
I don't know. I guess
Also,
in every,
wouldn't that break it?
in every other circumstance where arrows were required, they just kind of appeared, right? Where the bow and arrow was used, I mean.
Yeah, I suppose.
It wasn't like an inventory item that you could use at will.
Okay. I assume. I mean, I guess it's not. like it's called a commemorative plate, but it's not like it's a, you know, porcelain plate or any, you know, it looks like it would probably not break if it fell, so I assume I need to cut the rope in some way.
Right.
So I guess we'll have to come back to that.
Something seems off.
Oh, there's a whole structure here.
Indeed.
Oh, and there's something sparkling up there.
Yeah.
I was gonna take some notes here. Cut rope with plates. Just kind of a to-do list here. Oh, this goblin hole is open now. This is completely different than when we just went
Yeah.
by it.
Is this a path you've gone by before?
I just came by here.
Okay.
Hole in cave. Oof. I think that's... Oh, right. And then the plates. 1 out of 3. Okay. So...
There's a unsealed hole there.
Yeah, I just wanted to check other things out since... Is going down gonna get me up
He was
there?
a bit too high for me to reach.
Okay. Huh. So... What? Red key. Up high. I guess I should also make a note that we need keys. We currently have 1 out of 4. I assume this key will
Wake
not
up,
help me get the other
Grim.
key.
Your mind is strong.
It seems weird that, like, there's a hole here that's open, but when I look at it, he just
Yeah.
comments on the key.
Right.
The key was a bit too high.
Hey, Culinary. It's a little rough, frankly, though it's unclear to me if this is real. Like, I don't know if you saw the latter part of last week's stream, but like, it's clear that Graham is unsure of something. Like, we had the option to choose like how he remembers things, and then, you know, our choice became real. And it's a little bit suggested that maybe none of this is entirely real.
There was even one puzzle that required you to, like, change the memory of what was there a couple times. Right? And, like...
Right.
And then you ended up with, a bucket that couldn't have actually
Right.
existed in your inventory.
Right.
It was very strange.
I was also going to ask you to please give Silverstreak a shout out when you got back. Thank you. But yeah, so I don't know if this is necessarily indicative of how Daventry really is at this point or not. I assume it's like, it seems believable to me that, you know, putting lights in this cave is something that really happened, for example. But who knows? Lots of things have caught on fire. Not entirely sure if that really happened.
The fire feels metaphorical.
And then we have this, which certainly fits with my theory that we're kind of exploring his thoughts more than reality.
We are in his realm of consciousness.
All right. That's another thing I should make a note about. This weird cross.
Yeah.
Cross on stone in pit. Yeah, this looks real bad, huh? Can't do anything with that stuff. Yeah, he's getting around pretty good for his age. Instant coffee chili is cooking now. You know, if it's good in like 8 hours, great.
So it's not
Certainly
instant.
sounds good.
Not instant chili. Haha.
Oh, jeez. Can we use our blue key yet? Yes. Okay.
Good job.
It's 1 down out of 4.
Now you have nothing in your pockets.
Great. I'm guessing nothing has changed here, but we'll go check up here while we're... Oops, wrong button.
I see, so you can go in here.
Right, this is the only place we can go
What's that
in.
other thing on the table?
Oh yeah, I guess this is all stuff you missed.
Yeah.
He
There's
needed
this-
us a new friend every holiday.
Cute little frog friend that we unfortunately cannot take
Yeah,
with
why
us.
can't you put that in your little pockets as a little buddy?
And then this lovely
No one
macaroni
ever fell
art.
apart making macaroni art.
So the Triumph plate was in here?
Yeah, it was on the table here.
Okay.
And that seems like all we can do in here. But we've still got some other areas of town that we have not explored. I keep thinking about that dialogue with Manny, like, you know where to find me.
Daventry's pumpkins thrived after the squirrels moved back to Avalon.
But we can't do anything with these.
Daventry's pumpkins thrived after the squirrels moved back to Avalon.
We got a lot of puzzles to solve and not a lot of things to help me solve them. Ooh, this looks useful.
Why, hello, old friend.
What is that?
It's a long stick with a thing, a fruit
fruit
picker,
picker.
right? Oh yeah, we use that to get fruit in the area where there is now the weird plate contraption.
Right.
Um,
Can you use
my
it?
best guess is it will help us get that plate that's stuck up on a rope. Oh,
That can't be right.
So,
There's nothing else to see that way.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's meant to be taken as memory fading, or I guess I kind of interpret it as more like that's like if we're exploring his thoughts, like that's just not what's on his mind right now.
Okay, it's not relevant.
Oh. Okay. So
That's the bush where you got the badger from.
right. It's 2 plates out of 3 now. Okay. Is this all dried up?
Kind of looks like it.
Jeez.
I wonder if everything's catching on fire.
Yeah. Okay. Can't go across there.
The river caught on fire. Exactly. River all burned up.
Ah, that's right. I had tried my hand at designing an escape room. One key was definitely locked in here. If only I could remember the combination.
Did you notice the little, like, stuffed animal in the
Yeah.
hallway?
I mean, they're all over
Oh,
here.
I see.
Okay. This light will help
These
clear
things are
up.
always more fun in groups.
This light will help clear up your tunnel vision, I think is what it said.
Yes.
Wonderful, my favorite. Abstract art. I can't quite recall what the picture looked like.
It's a... Oh. I mean... It's purple. We're looking at it, right?
Right. I think this is,
Was it pink?
yeah,
Oh.
you can change it drastically.
Was it orange?
There's these white,
Was it pink?
Oh.
I think,
Was it purple?
yeah.
Okay.
There's, oh, this is different
Yeah,
than
it's
the
changed.
one we started at. There's, each one has a section of what forms a 2
Okay.
in it. So like this is the top, it's kind of this yellowish swoosh,
Was it pink?
and then, you know, this is the bottom,
Was it orange?
and then like the middle section. So I'm guessing that's one of the numbers on the lock.
Right. Yeah, putting a lit candle in your cape does not seem wise. Which we have been led to believe Graham was.
Graham the Wise.
One sec.
We also had
I
one
may be remembering this wrong.
pink bunny.
I think those are squirrels.
Squirrel, sure.
I'm pretty sure all the squirrels were depicted as having weirdly long ears like
Wait one
that.
sec.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Oops. So this is giving us the order, I think.
Okay.
So the first number is 2. And then we have the frog number, the badger number, and the Mr. Fancy Cakes number. So, whoop, wrong way.
Can you interact with all those little stuffed squirrels that are about?
Doesn't seem that way.
Oh! Wait a second. Maybe they aren't squirrels. They might be actually bunnies. Go over to the... Keep walking forward. The way you were pointed before.
This one here.
No.
Use a direction.
I'm trying and you keep moving and the camera changes.
Okay, I'll
Walk down
stop.
the stairs.
Okay.
Go to the right side of the screen. And then see if you can get any
That looks
closer.
like a bunny to me.
Yeah, that looks more bunny-like. I think you're supposed to count them. And then the number of those, that's the first number.
Oh.
The initial
Yeah.
painting was
Yeah.
initially a picture of a badger.
Right. You're right.
So there's one
I may
there.
be remembering this wrong.
There was...
I guess.
Purple?
I don't know. I wonder if there might be more to this. We've also got numbers of.
Pink?
I think
I don't know what's going on
I
in
think
this.
you're right that this,
Yeah.
each
Was it
version of
orange?
this painting is giving you a part of the number.
Right.
But I think you're supposed to remember that the initial picture was of a badger.
Right.
So that means it's the third number, not the
Right.
first.
Yeah.
Wait, one
I think you're
sec.
right. And I agree. We need to count all the bunnies, and that's probably why there was that one out in the hallway that's there to kind of throw us off. Oops. So, pink bunny. We have green frog. Purple badger. And then gray Mr. Fancy Cakes. Okay, so we think this is 2, and that this is whatever number of bunnies there are. So let's count the bunnies now.
I feel like I have seen 6 bunnies, but it's possible that there are some that are hidden still.
I see 3 here. There's one up
Yeah.
on the railing, and then 2
Yeah.
on the stage. So this
one
is
there.
4 over here. Five, and then there's a 6th one out here. And that was definitely the first one we saw.
Yeah.
Question is, are there any others?
Right.
The tunnel vision thing
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that.
could be related to this.
Huh.
I don't know what that would mean exactly.
Right.
But we're gonna assume 6 for now. And let's check out this thing.
What is that apparatus?
Okay.
Is that
Oh, there's another bunny.
Huh.
That's 7. How many times will I cross this number out? So we have 3 different scales. Okay. And there's a Mr. Fancy Cakes here. There's a weight that has an 8 on it here, a weight with a 4 on it here,
Okay.
and then some smaller weights down here. I feel like we need to
Up?
figure out what number weighs the same as Mr. Fancy Cakes. Oh, okay, I see. We can't move the items on the right,
Okay.
so we need to figure out which weights. Interesting.
Yeah.
Match Mr. Fancy Cakes, and then we need to figure out what number equals that as well. Okay.
That's too many.
Yeah. Okay.
The levitating weights is kind of funny to me.
Yeah. Okay. So 1 green and 3 smaller brown ones. Oops. So there's a button to just reset them all.
Yeah.
Maybe I could just back out. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Mr. Fancy Cakes. 1 large green. 3 small brown ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I feel like there's gonna end up being some math involved here. Really? Okay. Is that even or a little bit off?
I find it interesting that you are continuing to try to figure out what combination equals the 8 instead of moving on to trying your Mr. Fancy Cakes combination on the 4.
Sure. Oops. I mean, I feel like it's gonna weigh too much. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more complex than just figuring out, you know, which I don't think either of these is equal to a Mr. Fancy Cakes.
Puzzle's too complex for me.
So the 4 is equal to 2 small brown ones.
Oh, I see what you mean now about the math.
And I assume when the other one was almost level, it was meant to be level.
Mm-hmm. They don't seem to move unless they are...
Wait, what did I have on there?
Too light or too heavy or just right.
Yeah, okay. So that's equal to 2 large green and 1 small. So okay, so I think the way we want to look at this is we can use this to figure out how much each of these things weighs. So if the 2 brown ones are equal to 4, then each of those is equal to 2, right?
Sure.
So brown equals 2. And then if these 3 weights equal 8, then we know the brown one is 2, so we subtract that, and we have 6 left over. So that means the green ones are 3 each.
Okay.
So Mr. Fancy Cakes was 1 large green and 3 small brown, so that's 3 for the large green and then 6 for the small brown. So Mr. Fancy Cakes is 9.
Okay, I was gonna say it also has to be a single digit answer.
Right. So I feel pretty good about that. I think we got that right. So we have the last 2 digits, most likely, and possibly the first digit. We still need to figure out where this frog is.
Yeah.
I have not seen any sign of the frog.
Like,
Oh!
uh-huh.
There's a frog in Acorn's shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in this area.
Okay.
But I think when we came in here, he made some comment about never having finished this. If I remember correctly, there's 2 knitting needles
Right.
next to the frog.
That is the standard number of knitting needles.
Right,
At least 2.
right. So I'm guessing the second one is a 2.
That seems worth trying?
So I think we're gonna try that and see if the combination works. So we have 7229. No. Okay. Oh, we still haven't used the candle for anything.
Yeah. You're supposed to.
Tunnel vision.
Uh-huh.
There's that tunnel,
Huh.
and we were able to interact with.
Okay.
This light will help clear up your tunnel vision. Let's check out that, and let's double check the frog situation.
Sure.
And also, I can't help but wonder if it's possible there's pink bunnies elsewhere.
Yeah.
I hope not.
But again, like, it can't be more than a couple because it needs to be
Right.
a single digit.
Right. All right, we also have some other things elsewhere we can experiment with.
Have you tried your fruit picker on the
No.
Triumph plate?
Excuse me. I assume we can't go back across here. Yeah. It won't let me interact with the horn or anything.
Robot Spacer stars in the frog situation.
So like the comment, he weighs exactly the same as one unicorn.
Yes.
Of course.
One standard unicorn.
That cross, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that. Detective frog situation.
You didn't have anything in your inventory last time you were in the hole. But you have a bunch of things in your inventory now, right?
With the cross?
Yeah.
True. What all do I have?
You got a fruit picker, a lit candle, and a clue?
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, I see.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's like an inventory item.
Yeah.
All right, let's put this plate on here. So now we have. Oh, it didn't save my rotation, so I guess we'll have to come back. Okay, so I think what threw me off with the plate that's hanging from the tree is they all have Graham on them.
Right.
It's just each one has a different section of Triumph. And then they each have an arrow in a different place.
And some of the letters must be different also.
Right. Interesting. I don't know if the arrows are maybe pointing to the letters that are important.
Could be.
But then, this also seems like it's like something's gonna open once we have it all set up correctly. Yeah. We'll figure out when we get the last plate. So I'm going to try the lit candle in the tunnel. In this little cave. This cave. Ah. Another clue. Interesting. If this puzzle has you trapped, use this shovel to dig up the answer. Ah. The cross is in a trap. I like that this chapter feels like a little, you know, it feels like they tried to bring in some like classic King's Quest. Like
Right.
it's kind of goofy puzzles that, you know, don't really fit, but just feel like the, you know, the same kind of vibe, especially as like the first couple games. Oh, right. I was going to try the fruit picker on the other side of the tunnel here. The holes are all open here now?
Oh, they are, huh?
But I can't do anything with them. The first time I came... okay, this is different.
I may be remembering this wrong.
There's a ladder suddenly.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if this is going to change every time I come through here.
Yeah.
Oh. You all right, buddy? Okay, so now I have a ladder, so if it changes back to the previous appearance, then I can use the ladder to get up to that key. I assume. Pick that fruit. Nice. I assume this is ultimately going to get us a key. Mm-hmm. But...
at least it's going to reveal something.
right. Oh. Okay, we're back to boarded up now.
Did you interact with or look at that ladder in any way when you want?
Yeah, I have it now.
Oh, you have it now. Okay.
I'm gonna back up and then come in this area again and see if it changes, like literally every time, or maybe we need to like
Do things.
right. Okay. Yeah, it is every time. Okay, so now
right?
yeah.
Try
I'm
it.
curious what's gonna happen here.
It's gonna work.
I was worried it was gonna fall in the hole. I was briefly wondering if maybe this was more complex than I was thinking. Like maybe we need to put the ladder down while the hole is covered. But no, we're good. Okay, so that's 2 keys. And 3 plates now. And we've gotten that plate. We've done the hole in the cave. We got the red key that's up high. So we'll solve the plate puzzle, and then we'll go dig a hole where the X marks the spot. Oops. Okay. Might have turned that one too far. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... It's a little chaotic here right
I mean,
now.
if they're all lined up with each other...
Yeah, I don't know if they need to be oriented correctly or if they just need to be lined up. Oh, that one doesn't have an arrow.
Oh, okay.
Or... Oh!
So now you need to finish the word?
Okay.
Huh. Oh, Graham's pointing.
Oh, okay.
R.I.P.
Oh, geez. R.I.P. Okay, so we now have 3 keys.
Oh. I thought that was a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Is he making a tunnel, perhaps?
I think we're just digging up a clue.
Ah.
It's always knife to meet the Pun King. All I can think of is... Like, I mean, he's got to be the Pun King, right?
I don't know.
All I can think of is maybe there's something we need to do with the statue of him.
I just had a thought of what if you need to do something with the pumpkins?
Pun King. Pumpkin?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a leap, maybe.
I mean, you could be right. I could see that.
Like you cut up the biggest pumpkin And then there's another clue in there.
Time to become the Stab King. I couldn't find any pumpkins to interact with, but I also didn't try all of them, obviously.
Right. Like, if that is what the clue is saying, then I would go for, like, the biggest pumpkin.
Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't look like there's anything I can interact with here. I think that makes sense. There's 2 different ways I can get there. Don't know which is easier. So we just have 1 key left. I assume once we get to the last riddle, we'll have the last key. So I feel like that one in back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh?
Okay. Well, just an interact prompt popped up.
Stab. There's no way that fit in that pumpkin.
I've always wanted to try fly fishing before I croak.
Huh. The croak part makes me wonder if this is how we're getting the frog number.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. The frog makes me think of the area where we caught a frog, but I think that's an area we can't go to. I'm pretty sure it was...
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure this area had the bridge off to the left side, and then south was the spot where we caught the frog. But we also have an area... Well, it's all dried up. Fishing pole with fly bait. There's, I think, actual water in the river over where we got the plate that was hanging on a rope.
Okay.
I mean, we're catching a frog, so we don't necessarily need water. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of all this.
I mean, I don't know that you're necessarily catching a frog. For all I know, you're just going to catch some other clue.
Yeah.
That's ultimately going to lead us to the frog number.
Right. It's just I'm trying to figure out how we're supposed to know where to use it, I guess, ultimately. Let's look at this again. The frog in here. I feel like that's got to be meaningful in some way.
He knitted us a new friend every holiday.
No. Like there's 2 knitting needles. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we don't know which number is wrong or which numbers are wrong.
Right.
I feel confident 9 is correct. I feel mostly sure that 2 is correct. The frog, I don't know. Pink bunny, like I feel like it's got to be 7, 8, or 9.
Right.
You know, we found 7 bunnies. It's possible we missed 1 or 2. So with the frog, like this trail of clues has to be related somehow. Yeah. So I guess this is not related then. At first I thought, oh, there's 2 knitting needles, but also they make an X.
Oh.
But it, you know, which could also mean 10, but it's not 10 because it has to be a single digit number. So I thought, oh, maybe this is another X marks the spot thing, and you know, it's goofy, but maybe we need to use the fishing pole here, but there's no way to use it.
Yeah.
So that's not correct.
Where did you use the candle? I think I might have missed that part.
Oh, I used the candle in the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
That little
In the
hole.
little hole.
Yeah, and that got us the
Okay.
clue
Gotcha.
with the shovel. So, like, it kind of makes sense. Fishing pole, we need to use it near water, but I'm trying to... What was the clue again? I've always wanted to try fly fishing before I croak. So maybe that's just a hint that this is, you know, related to the frog number.
Right.
But I feel like that's got to also be a hint as to where to use the pole.
I gotta say, I'm really enjoying the phrase "the frog number."
The frog number, yes. Anyway, we'll go to the various river areas and see if I can use it there. Did we encounter a frog here at some point?
I can't remember where the frog encounter was.
I mean, the frog we caught was in that spot that's all white. But I feel like there were definitely other frogs that showed up. I just can't remember if anything notable happened with them. I can't seem to use an item anywhere here. So my next best thought is that area where there's, I believe, still an active river on the other side of the tunnel. There's also the area with the floating island. Nothing has happened there. Nothing has happened there yet, and yet it's not all, white. Like some other areas have been. There used to be water there. I can't remember. I think there's still water there. Let's go check it out. Okay, but again, there's nowhere to use an item that I can see here.
The Hobblepots and I used a spell from Hagatha's book to enchant the floating island to actually float.
I didn't even realize that. It's actually floating now.
Yeah.
That's fun. Frogs, frogs, frogs. If I were a frog, where would I be? I mean, I'd want to be near a river, right?
Or in a bog or something.
Mm-hmm. I didn't realize I left my notepad up. In a bog by a log? Makes sense. Okay, this is actually dried up too. Okay. Jeez. And again, there's nowhere to use an item here. I wonder if it's possible I do need to use it in the area that's all like faded to white. Always wanted to try fly fishing before I croak. I can't think of anywhere else to try.
Goblins thrived in the rocks to the east, so I stayed away.
Just a little jog to the boglog. There's nowhere up here that makes sense. Ah.
Oh. Oh.
Now that I have a reason to go here.
I see.
That's a little sneaky.
You a little bit. Do you be standing close to the water, maybe? Or on the dock?
I think so.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, you're transported to the dock. Magically.
Now what? Oh, he's got an 8 on him.
Ah!
Fascinating.
And now he's in your pocket.
Okay. Frog is 8.
Hello, Efton.
Hey, Efton, good to see you. Must have been like 10 generations of frogs since the last time.
At least. I feel like frog lifespans must be... Like, you could probably squeeze a lot of frog generations into an average human lifespan.
Yeah. For a second, I was wondering if I might need to count the frogs, but
No, you already
doesn't
have
seem
your number.
that's the case. So I think we probably have the correct combination now.
Yes, and if anything is wrong, it's probably the bunny number,
Right.
and then that will be easy enough to like deal
Right.
with.
And then is this going to get us the final key or what?
I assume.
It's this way, right?
I could be remembering wrong, but I feel like he said at the beginning of the whole escape room
Oh, yeah.
that there was a key in the chest.
Yeah, he did. Oh, right. I have the frog.
It's a girl frog.
Yeah, interesting. I guess they made it an inventory item, so I can check on it if
Right.
I, have forgotten. Okay, so this is definitely 8.
Excuse me.
Got it.
Yay!
Green key.
We counted the
Nice.
bunnies correctly.
Escaped elder. Oh yeah, that black and white breakout game. I spent a while after stream thinking about that and trying to do a little googling. I don't know if you've ever been to shoot, what's it called? I can't remember the name, but
What sort of thing are you even talking about?
there's some sites that like catalog old Mac games. But I spent a while digging around trying to figure out what that could be, and I came up with nothing, unfortunately. Am I going the right way? Yeah. Yeah, I also thought about Shuffle Puck Cafe, but it's not really Breakout. But, I mean, also, I feel like when I'm in this kind of situation and I think I remember bits of something perfectly, it often turns out I had some details wrong, so...
I had beefed up security on that back gate to make sure no Etzel wolves could break in. The lock was crafted from very rare chromium I mined from the caverns in Ceridia. It was resistant to magic.
Okay, we heard all that. We did it.
I remembered where all the keys were, and the lock was open, which proved my mind was still quick. I pocketed the chromium. It was too rare to leave sitting on the ground.
Interesting. Quick-minded. I was thinking we should close the door behind us, but I guess that's not an option. Oh, I see. Chromium lock. Proof my mind was still quick.
Music's getting ominous.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the well.
Yeah. Extra spooky here now. Okay. Here we go. He spent a lot of time climbing down wells in his life, apparently.
Yeah.
Oof. It's just gold
I'm
sparkling.
gonna feel that for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I think that's just ambient gold sparkle.
Right.
I don't remember adventures being so hard on the knees. Forget leg day. I need to strengthen these ankles day.
Were there always so many waterfalls down here?
I remember there being a view like this with a bunch of waterfalls.
Okay.
I don't know about every single time you went down here, but at least once before I remember it looking like this.
I remember this puzzle and I chose the wrong one. I don't remember which one it is.
Well, I didn't feel that one, and I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Okay. Guess we chose correctly.
Keep your eyes peeled, Morden. He should
Morden?
be here any second.
You know how I feel about that name.
Fine, Mordak. Open your eyes. Look alive. Don't screw this up.
Screw this up. Might I remind you, it's my magic keeping you alive.
Yes, and when your magic concocts a working batch of Cosmolotion, I'll praise you. But my patience has grown thin, and I will not tolerate any more mistakes.
Brother, I warned you to stay away from those potions. You wouldn't hear it. I've wasted 30 years of my life trying to duplicate Hagatha's formula. And I'm afraid at this point, I'm ready to move forward or move on.
Is your mind slipping in your golden years? Have you forgotten everything I've sacrificed for you? I took you in from the cold. I saved you from a life of goblin slavery. And you have the gall to complain about 30 measly years?
Well, sometimes it still feels like I'm a slave to a goblin.
Ooh.
Hold your tongue, Morden, or I will.
I didn't think he had those scratches before.
Yeah, he definitely didn't. And I was like, man, he's a cat. Or was.
Yeah.
Yes, at the end of, when did that happen? At the end of chapter 4?
I think so. He was like, I'm going to change my name. What do you think of
Right.
Mordak?
I do not know if it's the same VA. That's a good question. I have decided I should not look at the IMDb page until I'm done playing the game. Just in case there's, some surprise character we haven't encountered yet.
Just a typical cat owner.
What is this sign indicating exactly? Whatever it is, it doesn't seem like we can go there right now. This animation is very fun. It's like little hand-drawn splashes coming up. And then the smoke is probably just, a bunch of different little hand-drawn animations.
Mordak, didn't I extinguish your flame years ago?
I was hiding under the floorboards.
I knew it.
How's the family?
Getting along surprisingly well since you shrunk them.
So glad to hear that.
Uh-huh. You mind moving out of the way? I have some business to attend to with your boss.
Mananin has strictly forbidden me to let you pass, unless you can convince me that your mind is still strong and quick.
And how might I go about that?
follow those clearly labeled signposts.
Of course.
Bring me back proof that you have completed each trial, and then I will escort you to Manannan.
I know you won't answer honestly, but I'll ask anyway. Is all this some form of an elaborate trap designed to crush my bones, yank my arms out, or contort my body into a twisted sculpture of death?
No.
Sounds like some good clean fun.
Okay.
You have your proof yet? Great. Set that over there, and let me know when you've completed the trial of strength.
Okay.
I can't figure out if something just broke or snapped back into place.
I was about to say, did he step on a twig or was that his bones? I guess it was his bones.
I feel like if it was his bones, he would be screaming instead of asking that question.
Mordak is uncredited. Huh.
Interesting. What about the other name, Warden?
Right.
Uh-oh.
Grandpa, are you all right?
I just haven't thought about these stories, in a long time.
Your ears are all red.
Just give me a moment. This part gets a little wacky. I think I should rest a bit first. You mind getting Grandma in here?
I'll be back after your nap.
Get your rest, dear. I'll be back after dinner.
I'll be fine. Take your time.
Just ring the bell if you need me.
Good night, my love.
What's he up to?
Hijinks?
I mean, clearly.
Remember your promise? Always seek adventure.
I feel like
Buddy, you need to rest.
I feel like the sparkliness of that mirror would make it hard to fall asleep.
Aha! it's not time yet. I was promised another. I'll fight it, I assure you. But... oh, I'm afraid you're right. You've always been a straight shooter. It's true. The mirror never promised I would live another adventure. Only that my adventure would live on. Just let me say goodbye.
Avanata.
Do you smell that germite, Graham? It's a toxic fume, I'm afraid. One that is said to challenge the strength of the mind.
What? What?
I was about to say, hey, maybe it's a good time for a break, and then this fucking happened.
Holy shit.
I do still feel like it might be a good time for a break.
Holy shit. Score 0 of 8. Your memory is fading. To prove that your mind is still strong, you must survive your own thoughts.
Shit. Survive your thoughts.
Holy shit.
That's not ominous at all.
Okay, I do need a break, so I'm going to do that. And y'all can enjoy this lovely music. I will be back in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm a little sad the music didn't loop. I guess they assumed I would have continued playing by now. Okay. Interesting. I noticed there was like a parser input at the bottom, but it's basically filling in whatever action will happen if I press X. Queen Valanice pleads with you to stay. Dear, you are pushing yourself too hard. Please don't engage with Manannan. Stay here and be with our family. I can never leave the children in this wretched state for our... Can never leave the kingdom in this wretched state for our children. Oh, I see. I have 1 out of 8 points now. For talking to the love of my life. Talk to my precious Alexander. Rosella and I can work to restore the kingdom. Please let us help. You don't need to face Manannan alone. I'm afraid I have to, son. Talk to my sweet Rosella. Dad, you've given us everything we need. All we need now is you. There are still plenty of treasures I wish to leave for you. 3 out of 8. It says the sound is on, but there's not much sound, is there?
I mean, that is typical of the early King's Quest games, isn't it?
Sure. Get Locket. You find a golden locket on the ground and put it in your pocket. You're not sure what this treasure is for, but you are sure you will need it later. Oh, we got a point sound in that one. I was trying to move up and down in the previous room. Okay, I thought I couldn't, but I can. Okay, I can look in the mirror. You see a man who has a lot of unresolved business to attend to. It'd be rough if I did have to type on a PlayStation controller. Oh, nice. Look at a Chaka statue. Behind Achaka's bust, you see a random string of pearls. Get pearls. You pick up the valuable but useless pearls and store them in your seemingly endless pocket. 6 out of 8.
You can only finish this puzzle if you buy the PlayStation chat pad on.
This is so good.
Eh?
This also reminds me of the other day I saw a really nice, someone had redrawn like basically this scene in the same color palette, but like, you know, much higher resolution than the original King's Quest games. It was really nice. I retweeted it on Twitter if anyone hasn't seen that and would like to check it out. Robot Spacer on Twitter. I can't remember the name or username of the person that drew it, unfortunately. What do I need to do now? Oh no! We at Sierra wish to thank you for playing King's Quest. We are very sorry that you did not succeed and hope you will fare better next time. Good luck.
Oh, fuck! Oh no, Whisper and Acorn!
Dancing Dad trophy earned. Is this like a completely optional little scene, or I'm curious if you can do this part without dying and never come here. How do I leave?
Aren't you supposed to go up into the world of the dead?
Right, I mean, this is a little different than how the scene is in King's Quest 6. Okay. Oh.
Aw.
Graham? Is that you?
He looks so old and pickled and not the good kind.
Chester? Muriel? Wait. If you're here, does that mean that I am...
Oh, calm down, honey. It's hardly your time yet. We're just here to help you navigate your own imagination.
I'm here for the snacks. You, sir, have some delicious memories.
Chester Hobblepot, we're here to feed Graham's mind, not your belly.
Oh, Muriel, can't we do both? Every other thought in here is a popcorn-flavored jelly bean.
I wouldn't mind some friendly advice. Perhaps on outsmarting Manny. Or how I can make sure the legacy of King Graham the Wise will not be left behind.
Haven't we taught you anything?
Legacies are not about what you leave behind for people. They're about what you leave inside of people.
Uh-huh. Your kingdom is best left for the young, dearie.
That's it. You don't have any quips or an item to give me that will eventually solve all my troubles?
We've given all we have to give. You're gonna have to figure out the rest of it alone.
The portraits and everything in that
Yeah.
were so good, and like,
Like-
the art was so well done.
The like processing filter or whatever the audio being all like crunchy
Wake
CD-ROM
up,
style.
Lynn. Your mind is strong.
Okay. I didn't get maximum points in the in the King's Quest 1 part.
What if you can't?
I bet you can. And there's probably a trophy for it. Rip to your Chivos. Oh, don't worry. I'm definitely replaying this and getting all the Chivos. Okay, so I assume we have one more trial to do.
I still need proof that you completed the trial of strength. Excellent. Right this way, please.
Oh. Is that it?
I mean, there's probably still another trial, but you get to do it with me,
Well.
perhaps.
Where's
Oh.
Meow. Charmed, I'm sure.
Are you kidding me? You wish to challenge me like this?
Careful what you say, King. My species has no bearing on my abilities.
I have no problems with cats, Manny, or goblins, or sphinxes. My issues are all with you.
No matter. The duel hasn't even begun, yet I've already won. Are you aware that you've hand-delivered everything I need to complete another match of Cosmolotion?
Shocker.
Allow me to explain that you, King Graham the Imbecile, have once again...
Yeah. Wax poetic for 2 more hours, won't you? Pardon my vacant expression, though. I can barely hear out of my left ear anymore.
Fine, have it your way. I'll speak with brevity, long sentences, drawn-out syllables to emphasize a point, raising my voice, more sesquipedalian words, overuse of the term moron, and I'll need a hair from your beard for my final ingredient.
See you at sundown.
Meet me at the floating island.
Good chat.
Okay. I figured something must happen there.
Dad, we brought you some treats. Dad?
Oh. Well.
Grandpa!
No.
Dad,
The treats.
say something.
Story.
Gwendolyn, go get the nursemaids.
No.
What do you want me to do? What can I get you? You want Mom? Mom! Sorry?
No, story.
The story. Help me finish it.
Let's get him back in bed. Grab his feet.
Graham!
I couldn't reach the bell.
I should have known you would try to escape.
I thought I needed one more adventure. One last trophy to hang on these shelves. But the only treasures I need are standing right beside me.
It's okay, love. You can stop fighting. It's time.
Not before my story is done. You have to finish it.
Me? I don't know how it ends.
I'll help you.
I can't. I'm not ready. Gart should tell it.
Grandfather's passing his hat to you. I think you should take it.
Go ahead, Guttlebug.
King Grandpa, the greatest adventurer to ever live, would do anything in his power to protect his family. As the sun set atop the floating island, Mordak places the final goblet down for a toxic duel of wits.
That's a great start.
Welcome, friend. I'm glad you could make it.
Manannan restored himself back into human form using the ingredients Grandpa had unknowingly brought to him. But he was weak. The Germite crystal was the only thing keeping him alive.
Mordak has carefully designed a series of trials to test our wits. Don't worry, he hasn't given me any answers. Some of the goblets have been topped with hypnotic powder. We will complete each station individually. If you drink from any of the tainted cups, you will lose and be under my spell, and vice versa.
The goblets have been set up in stations, each with their own rules.
Jeez.
I'll spare you the long speech and just let you read the rules. Ready to prove a goblin is smarter than a man?
Okay. So what is...
Stay away from that. It's not needed yet.
Okay. Is that true, or are you just telling me that?
Oh, don't mind that. Just a simple trinket.
All right.
There was one clue for each set of goblets. Someone must have thought themselves pretty clever.
You're doing great, sweetheart.
Oh boy. Three brothers wave, two of them knights, the other a knave. Knaves lie without fear, Knights are truthful. Lend them your ear. Only one cup is neutral. Okay.
Only one goblet was safe to drink from.
What? Okay. Cup 1 is safe, but where Royal Guard number B always lies. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Cups 1 and 4 are tainted. Cup 2 is tainted, and Royal Guard number A always lies. So, two of them knights, the other a knave. Okay, and knaves lie without fear, knights are truthful. Okay, so one of these guards is lying. The other two are telling the truth. And there's only one cup that's safe.
Enjoying all the party toilets in chat.
Yeah. So, okay. So basically we need to go through and figure out which one of them is lying. So I assume that if we kind of go through in order and, you know, assume that A is telling the truth, we can figure out like if that is actually possible or if something else is contradicting that. Or I guess we have one liar, so maybe we want to go through and assume each one is a liar. Okay. So we got A, B, and C. A says cup 1 is safe. Royal Guard B always lies. So if we have one liar, let's assume A is the liar. So cup 1 is not safe. And then Royal Guard B always lies. So if that's a lie, then B is telling the truth. Wait. So if he's lying about being a liar, then he must be telling the truth, right? The double negative is what I think he's got to be telling the truth. Well, wait, no. If he's lying about B being a liar, that means B is okay. I don't know why this is hurting my brain so much. If A is the liar, then that means B and C are telling the truth. So if A was lying about B, then A would say that B always lies. Okay, so this could be correct then.
Did B say anything about anyone?
So it is possible that A is the liar. If A is telling the truth, then that must mean B is the liar. So that one could go either way. Sorry, what was your question?
I was wondering what B said. Did B have anything to say about anyone else being a liar?
We'll get there.
Sure.
This could take a while.
Sure.
Sora says, rushing to walk the dogs and make it back to see the resolution of this. Good luck. Thank you. I'm gonna need it. Zards indeed. Okay. So one is bad, and then B is truthful. We're assuming A is in fact a liar. So then we have cups 1 and 4 are tainted. So if he's telling the truth, then that matches like the opposite of what A just said. So 1 and 4 are both bad. And then C says, in this scenario, again, cup 2 is tainted, and guard A always lies. So that actually all works out, and that makes me think that this is actually the correct scenario, and that cup 3 is the safe cup. But let's go through the other possible scenarios here and make sure I'm confident about that. So now we're going to assume B is the liar. Cups 1 and 4 are tainted. See, this already falls apart because I guess you could say that it's only lying about one of these, but it's not possible for cups 1 and 4 to both be untainted.
Right.
So I think it can't be B. Or could it? I mean, if you assume that it's possible, like the whole of what he's saying is a lie, yeah, I don't know. Cup 2 is tainted and Royal Guard A always lies. Yeah, that can't be it. And then, so B is not a liar. And then if C is a liar, then this is incorrect. So cup 2 is safe. And Royal Guard A always lies. So he's lying about that. So what A is saying is truthful. And then cups 1 and 4 are tainted. So that still fits. 1 bad, 4 bad. And then, okay, so that doesn't fit. So that would be contradictory. Okay, yeah, so it's got to be, A has got to be the liar, and that means cup 3 is safe.
Finish this one too. Simple, really.
So I just have 5 more to go. Oh boy. Which 4 goblets are safe to drink? This puzzle will reveal the link. Trolls carry napkins to wipe fruit juice from their chest. Dragons never eat grapes, the flavor they detest. Snoots and trolls peel their food before they ingest. Each creature eats a different type of fruit. Which treat pairs with the troll, dragon, badger, and snoot? Okay. Time for a new page here. Okay. So let's draw out this grid. We have... Troll is at the bottom. Looks like a badger above the troll. And I guess that's a dragon, and then that's a snoot at the top. Okay, so that looks like the horses, right? That everybody's riding in chapter 1.
Oh,
was
okay.
it? Were we ever told that those were snoots?
I don't know.
Snoot, and then dragon. And then along the bottom, we have the 4 treats: apple, banana, orange, and grape. Okay, so trolls carry napkins to wipe fruit juice from their chest. So, well, let me first, before we advance, okay, I wanted to take a look at the whole scene here. So trolls carry napkins to wipe fruit juice from their chest. So it's got to be something that would, drip. Like, we're basically trying to figure out which fruit goes with each animal. So with trolls, like, banana doesn't make sense because that's not going to drip fruit juice when you eat it, right?
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and put an X there. I'm also inclined to think that grape doesn't really make sense there. Well, I guess really, if you're thinking about it, any of these fruits, a troll, which are very large creatures, could pop the whole thing in their mouth at once. So maybe it's not necessarily safe to rule out the grape yet. Dragons never eat grapes, the flavor they detest. So we know dragon is not grape. Snoots and trolls peel their food before they ingest.
Oh, okay. I couldn't read what this said, and I was briefly concerned that you had the fruits in the wrong order.
It says apple.
Right, it's not legible.
Yeah.
On the camera.
The labels are just for me, really.
Sure. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't have the fruits scrambled or something.
Got it. Thank you. Snoots and trolls peel their food before they ingest. So, like, you wouldn't peel a grape.
You could. Well, here's the thing. You can peel a grape.
Right.
You can peel an apple. You have to peel an orange or a banana.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I feel like I feel pretty sure that this is meant to rule out grape for snoots and trolls, at the very least.
Right.
So, the only one that is not a no in the grape column is badger. Okay, so there's 4 goblets that are safe to drink. Okay. So we don't necessarily need to figure out all of these. We just need to be sure about one of them. Or do we need to drink all 4? I guess.
My interpretation is you need to plot out which creature matches which fruit, and then that star card at the top will perhaps tell you a type of creature or a type of fruit, and then you use that to map onto the cups to pick a cup.
I don't think I could interact with that. Yeah,
but
I can't interact with it.
Can you interact with the picture, with the grid? I think you need to put you need to put some things on the grid, and maybe then you can interact with the picture. With the star thingy.
Oh, okay. So I can put a check mark in each spot.
Yeah.
Okay. So, going back to the clues here, I am inclined to assume that the third line here, snoots and trolls peel their food before they ingest, also rules out apple for those 2.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, that's not necessarily true, but generally you wouldn't peel an apple before you eat it.
Right.
So.
I think you need to focus on the fact that you literally cannot eat a banana or an orange.
Right.
Unless you peel it first. Unless you're a weirdo, I guess.
So that gives us trolls eat oranges. So then we can also, I'm just putting tiny X's here.
I guess me saying only weirdos eat unpeeled apples, or unpeeled bananas rather, is being received as a hot take.
So how do we rule out the rest of these? Dragons never eat grapes, the flavor they detest. Snoots and trolls peel their food before they ingest.
They all eat something different, so there's not going to be any overlap. So if troll...
Right, but...
Troll eat orange, snoot also peel, and not orange, so snoot eat banana.
Oh, I completely missed that we had 3 X's up here. Okay. And then that leaves dragon eats apple. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. I'm really curious how the game responds if I do this part wrong, but I don't want to do it on purpose. Just because, before Graham was telling the story,
right?
And Gwendolyn would say, some comment generally about, I guess sometimes Graham would make the comment, but it just, I'm curious, specifically how they handle it at this point.
I mean, if I'm correct, and once you have put stuff down on the board here, and then click on the star envelope, you still can you? Mm-hmm. Okay. But
so,
how is this supposed to tell you which ones are safe if the star envelope didn't contain a picture of a fruit or a picture of a critter? Is it just that these 4 squares are the ones that are safe?
I think these check marks are just to help me keep track of things.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Oh yeah, we can also change to X. So I didn't actually have to get out my notepad for this.
I see.
But yeah, I think this is just a mechanic to help you sort it all out. I think I need to drink from the 4 goblets now.
Yeah.
Oh, I can select them. Okay.
Oh, you have to drink all of them. Okay.
Neither of us are hypnotized, so let's continue on.
Well, how do I know you weren't hypnotized to say that?
It's a lot of booze for Graham. Are these alcoholic?
Did they ever clarify what was in the goblets?
I wish you would hurry this along. I am putting in my resignation from the Brotherhood after you two are done playing this ridiculous game.
Good for you.
Hopefully, we won't be needing that.
Is that like the sudden death or something?
Interesting. Drink deeply of the puzz juice. Okay, now what? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Each one has like a symbol at the top.
I see.
Oh, okay, I can't look. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It was a red diamond.
Okay.
I'm going to make a note of these just in case it's important.
That seems like a good thing to do.
And the last one was a purple star, right?
Yeah.
And now we have a green heart. Guards standing in formation. In 4 rows, they will align. Pay attention to their location. No guard should repeat on the same line. Find the 3s in their station, and your cups will taste just fine.
Is this like a Sudoku?
Jeez. Guards standing in formation. In 4 rows, they will align.
I hope there's an orange cool S. I also hope this.
Same. No guard should repeat on the same line. Find the 3s in their station and cups will
I think this is operating on Sudoku rules.
Yeah, I think it totally is. Okay, so yeah, I can cycle through. Okay. I am not
Can I be a little backseaty?
sure.
Okay,
I'll
so,
allow it.
So starting from the look at them as columns instead of rows. Starting from the 1 at the top.
Yeah.
Below it will be a 4, and then the next one will be a 3.
Oh, because this can't be a 4.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
That's the only
Sure.
obvious solution that I have seen.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go through each row. Like, I don't do Sudoku almost ever. I've maybe done them a couple times.
I haven't done it in a while.
So,
but it helps that there are fewer digits to work with here.
Right. You know, this is a type of puzzle where I'm not used to this strategy. But now that I have that, we can figure out so this column, we have 2 and 3 missing, but there's a 2 in this row already, so this has to be 3.
Right.
And this has to be 2. And then we have, this is going to be 1. And then this can't be 4, so that has to be 3. This is actually very easy.
Yeah. Baby Sudoku.
Yeah, for sure. And then this has to be 3. And this has to be 1. And this has to be 2. Done.
So,
okay.
3s are safe.
3. We have 3 here. We have 3 here. And we have 3 here.
Not really much of a challenge for minds like ours.
True. 3 more. I'm just going to write Sudoku here. I feel like the symbol and color is probably just a way to reference the puzzles.
Maybe.
This is interesting.
Is this a slightly harder Sudoku?
It might be. Oh, you know what? This looks like Picross.
I was going to say a nonogram.
Yeah. I couldn't think of the generic term. I just realized we didn't ever turn the lights on.
Oh, I thought you did that on purpose. You didn't want them on for your Spooky Tuesday.
Well, it's not spooky today.
I see. They're not very strong lights.
No. Okay. So this is blue spades. And monogram. Okay.
I haven't actually played very many Picross games, so I don't fully comprehend how they work.
I have played
Murder by Numbers?
Yes, Murder by Numbers, thank you, which is a really fun game. I enjoyed a lot.
I never got around to doing that one myself.
So that's been my main experience with them. Each digit reveals a set of adjacent black squares in the corresponding row or column. Multiple digits in a row or column reveal multiple sets of consecutive black squares separated by at least 1 square. 15 of these cups are safe to drink.
See,
that's a lot of cups.
That explanation is that's nothing to me. That my brain cannot comprehend what that is telling me.
Yeah, I agree. It almost seems like they could have figured out a way to, I guess they just figure if you're familiar with Picross, you'd know what this is, and if you're not, they don't need to draw attention to it necessarily.
What does it mean for the lines that have 2 numbers separated by a comma?
Oh, so there are 2 hold on, let me set of adjacent black square. Yeah, so for example, this would fulfill the requirement.
Okay.
So generally with these, what you want to do, I haven't done one in a while, but this row is really easy because this is the only way to accomplish that.
So if there's a comma, they have to be separated by 1 square.
Yes.
Okay.
But it could be more than 1, potentially. Again, this is going to be kind of an easy one, I think, because it's such a small grid. So like those two rows, like that's the only way those can be, which gives us a lot of information to figure out the rest of these. Like,
thank you all for explaining how Picross works to me. I'm not reading all that right now, though. Like, I think watching Robot Spacer solve this is going to be a little bit more instructive for the way my brain takes in information.
So now that we have those two rows, like this one here has to be this because we know this is blank.
Okay.
And we know it has to be 4 in a row.
Gotcha.
We know this column is done because we already have 2. This one is a question mark still. This one again has to be 4. And now this row is complete. And this row is complete.
Okay.
And then 3, the only way to do that is this.
I see.
So we're done.
Okay. And it makes like a little tower.
Yeah. So the safe ones are...
The colored in ones? Or the
It doesn't actually say. We got to figure out which one there's 15 of.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the black ones.
Yes, my brine. My puzzle brine.
Okay, so I guess we gotta... I hope these aren't alcoholic, because... Jeez.
Yeah.
Mordak, you could have made these a little more challenging.
Yeah, come on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
I don't know. I just don't know what's happening anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, like,
Oh, gosh.
you're on your own for this. I'm not even...
Yeah, this looks...
I'm checked out. I'm knitting over here.
This looks very mathy. So we got a yellow club here.
Manny just wants to have a drinking contest.
Shoot, I forgot which color the spade was.
It was blue, I think.
I honestly, I feel like the symbols are there so you have something specific to, like, Google if you're having trouble with the puzzles.
Right.
I 100% think that was the intent behind them.
Or maybe for, like, internal reference or something.
Yeah, or that. Yellow spade. I'm just going to write math heck. I'm assuming, it seems like these are mostly designed so we can kind of, you know, figure them out with using the game itself. Although, actually, I can't seem to interact with this at all, so maybe this one's different. Okay. Kings can be brave, compassionate, or wise, but there is only one path that leads to all three. To find the one cup that is safe to drink, you must follow the path that begins on a triangle and ends on a 3.
Fascinating.
Okay. Begins on a triangle and ends on a 3. Okay, so we start up here. And then there's only one path where we follow it down, and the answer down here is 3.
So you subtract a number,
right,
and then add a number, and then if it's 3, that's the cup.
Right.
Gotcha.
This doesn't seem too bad, but I do think we need to kind of draw it out. Or maybe not, actually. I think this is maybe easier.
Yeah.
Like, I might want to make notes as I go, but I'm just
like
gonna
do your math.
So 12 minus 9 is 3.
Yeah.
Plus 10 is 13. So that's wrong.
Yeah.
12 minus 9 is 3. Plus 11, definitely not 3. 12 minus 7 is 5. Plus 11 is wrong. Plus 1 is also wrong. 8 minus 7 is 1. Plus 1 is 2. That's wrong. 8 minus 5 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Not correct. 3 plus 2 is 5. 6 minus 5 is 1 plus 2. So I think it's this one.
Yeah.
But we'll go through the other ones. 6 minus 4 is 2. Plus 2 is 4. Huh, that's interesting that, like Like that's a path that leads to the correct cup, but the math doesn't work out. But we don't necessarily have to figure out the correct path, just the correct cup to drink.
Right.
6 minus 4 is 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, so it's this one.
One more to go. Think you can handle it?
Probably. I feel like I'm pretty confident at this point.
What if it's not wine but prune juice?
Oh. Maybe the symbols are important.
And this one doesn't have a symbol on it.
Uh-huh. A good king looks towards the future, but is always conscious of what he is leaving behind.
What? What? What?
That's it, huh? Wow, okay.
What? Are you supposed to, like...
Did each one give us a number?
I mean, they didn't give you a number, but they came in order.
Okay, like the last one, yellow spade, was, like, the answer was 3. So, let's say, for example... Oh, okay. So, I thought maybe we would...
No, I was thinking
placing these.
like red diamond was 1. Purple star was 2, and so on.
But like, I feel like there has to be more to it than that. Like, that's too simple.
Start with that and see where that gets you.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like, all I can do is put down check marks.
Sure.
I can't place symbols.
Okay. I see.
So it doesn't make sense that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the ones that are safe.
They're in an order, which is not the order that you did them in. So 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. Is that anything? I don't know. I don't understand this.
I feel like the order of the puzzles is not relevant.
Okay.
Because if that's what it is, then, all I can do is place check marks on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, like, that's...
Like, this is my least favorite kind of puzzle where, like, I don't know what is expected of me.
Sure. I'm curious if we can... Yeah, we can look at these now.
Okay.
Like, I feel like... It's got to be that there's a specific number that's relevant to each puzzle. Okay, I can't help but notice that each one, they're showing us the goblets that we didn't drink.
Right.
So I feel like that is the relevant number here, is the number of goblets remaining. So let's go through and assume that. So... diamonds is 3. Hearts is 1, 2, 3, 12. Stars. Another 12. I guess the tricky thing here is, what if that's not it? Well, let me go through this and I'll explain more what I mean. Spades is 10. And then clovers is 4. So So we have 3, 12, 12, 10, and 4. The repeating 12 is the biggest thing that makes me want to think I'm wrong here. 3, 12. There's, I'm pretty sure, only one 12. 10 and 4. A good king looks towards the future, but is always conscious of what he is leaving behind. Leaving behind.
Yeah.
Does make me think maybe it is the goblets we're leaving behind. But the tricky thing here is, like, you know, there's no hint. There's very little hint at anything.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know how many goblets I need to drink. So I don't know if this duplicate number is a concern or not.
Right.
Wait, there are 2 12s. Okay, I feel good about this now because I don't really see any other repeated numbers.
Nice.
The
Pop a
duel was at a
puzzler.
standstill. Neither competitor could prove they were smarter than the other.
I was afraid of this, friend. Although you started out as a lanky bumbleward, over the years my trials have conditioned your wits to equal mine. No matter. I have a backup plan.
Taking all the credit.
This flame enchantment will ensure neither of us can leave until the other has perished. How about instead of wits, we engage in a lethal game of chance?
Grandpa had no choice but to play the game. He was trapped and his kingdom was on the line.
I won this set of goblets from a game of wits with Lord Sarwyn. One of them holds an irreversible eradicating elixir.
Yikes.
A powerful magic that will slowly destroy whatever it touches from the inside out. There are no special markings or any way to puzzle out which is the poisoned vessel. If there was, I would have slipped it into the batter of your breakfast years ago. But what fun would that have been? We'll each take turns choosing a goblet to drink from until they're all gone, and the better man wins. You'll drink first.
Grandpa was at a loss. For the first time in his life, the 4 E's of puzzle solving could not inform his decision. There was no logic to puzzle out. No clues or hints. Just a simple choice of life or death.
So
What is with the picture?
I don't know.
Take your time. There's no strategy here. Just blind luck.
Also, he said
you
we'll
always
take turns
excel at.
drinking. But there's 2 cups.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm confused by that.
Take your time. There's no strategy here. Just blind luck.
Also, I really need another bathroom break, so I'll be back in a minute. I mean, they seem to be making it clear that there's nothing to figure out.
But, like, what's up with the picture and you can click on it, right? So what does that do?
Something you've always excelled at.
I can use my inventory. Okay, I don't have anything.
So what happens when you click on that?
Leave that alone. It's just a decorative prop.
Is it, though?
Right.
Take your time. There's no strategy here. Just blind luck.
Like, the fact that...
Something you've always excelled at.
It seems like I gotta be missing something, right? Like, it can't just be that I pick one of these cups
Take your time.
and find out if I win or
no
lose, right?
Strategy here.
Maybe that
Just blind luck.
is it, but...
Something you've always excelled at. Oh, don't mind that. Just a simple trinket.
Does it do the same no matter where you click on the picture?
That's what I was just trying to figure out.
Okay.
Like,
Take your time. There's no strategy here.
interestingly, like,
Just blind luck.
there's only a...
You've always
Like,
excelled
this
at.
part of the image is all I can click on.
Interesting.
Leave that alone. It's just a decorative prop.
Okay. So he's got a couple things he'll say, but he's definitely repeating them.
Take your time. There's no strategy here.
You keep telling me to take my
Just
time, but
blind luck.
I feel like you're trying to
Something
pressure me
you've
a little.
always excelled at.
I guess I'm gonna choose left.
Okay. Godspeed.
Well, I guess you won. Bested me.
Yeah.
Good show, old friend. Guess I'll ingest this and call it a night. But you know I don't play fair. And you've just revealed where the elixir is hiding.
Ah.
You played right into my trap. Just like that foolish archer.
Oh. Oh.
What? Oh. Can you do anything here?
No.
Yep. Grandpa's life was spared, and our whole family moved to Avalon. The end.
No, Gwendolyn.
What?
It couldn't have ended like that. You know, if I chose that cup, it would have destroyed the very castle you are standing in. There is only one solution.
He was out of options. Grandpa looked around at the kingdom he created and realized there was only one choice.
Eh?
Huh. What?
No, Gwendolyn. You
What?
know that can't...
Grandpa knew the eradicating elixir would slowly destroy him from the inside, but Daventry would live on. That day, Manny was outsmarted in a way he never imagined possible. In a way he could not comprehend.
Huh. Nice move. I'll accept that. But let's see if I can help speed up the effects of that potion. You pushed a thinking man to brute force. I hope you're happy.
You've already won. There's no need to torture him.
It was at that moment,
Jeez.
while his body was being jerked through the air, that Mordak was reminded of his first encounter with Grandpa. Those memories stirred up something fierce inside Mordak. Manny didn't save him from a life of goblin abuse. Grandpa did. and it was time he repaid the favor.
Leave him be. I won't ask you again.
I guess it's time I held your tongue. No! No!
Heck.
Manny's enchantments over the castle were broken, and he was never heard from again. Daventry continues to thrive and prosper, thanks to the sacrifices made by King Graham, the greatest grandpa to have ever lived. Is he still...
Oh, yes. He heard every word. Thank you, Gwendolyn. That suits you well.
It was beautiful. You kids have always brought so much joy to your grandfather.
All of his children have.
All right, kiddos, it's bedtime. Say goodnight to Grandpa, and I'll tuck you in.
Abel.
Good night, Grandpa. I love you.
I love you too, God. And I am proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I just want to say, you're the best grandpa, and my favorite person in the world. I love you. And I'm so sorry you didn't get your last adventure.
Sweetheart, there is nothing to be sorry about. I now know that all of my adventures will live on forever inside of you. As long as you keep telling my stories, they will never die.
Thanks for sharing them with me, Grandpa. I love you.
I love you too, dear. Go get some rest. Wake me in the morning, and we can make some pancakes.
Grandpa.
What is this bubbling sound?
Okay, I'm playing now.
There's this like ambient
I am also confused by the sound.
bubbly burbly noise.
Yeah. Also, like, the whole goblet thing, like, I knew right away, you know, as that scene was playing out, that it was telling me that Graham had to, you know, drink or stop the the
Right.
bad potion, but then the cups reappeared and I was so confused by that. I just
kinda
was like,
think maybe it didn't matter which cup you picked.
yeah. I don't understand why they had the cups reappear.
Like what I'm saying is like no matter whether you picked the left or the right cup, at first it would have been like he picked the non-poisoned cup and he was fine forever, the end. And then he'd be like, no, that's not how it happened, and then you know, the dramatic reveal.
Right.
I feel like the cups both being there while also a third cup was being poured on the castle, I think was just some kind of a weird maybe quirk of programming or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Visual glitch.
And I was also going to comment, like, you know, he still, even though Manny got taken care of, like, he still, like, touched the stuff that was supposed to obliterate him. But, I mean, it was story.
Here's what I think, is that it's slow acting. That's what led to his current state.
Okay.
Was touching the...
Okay, I see what you're saying.
What do they call it? The destruction?
The poison had no timeline associated with it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And, like, you know, from the inside out, that works the same as a lot of, you know, terminal human diseases.
Right. This tapestry is great.
It's very good.
I'm sure I just need to leave, but I'm poking around the room anyway. I wish I could, like, tilt the camera to look at these better.
Can you go up to them?
Oh, that's a good idea. I can. Okay. Thank you for suggesting that. It feels so narratively wrong to be looking at these while she's, you know, obviously worried about her grandpa, but...
Right. That's the box the Hobblepotts gave him. I think so. Are you intentionally not interacting with the letter on the bed?
I feel like that's the thing I'm supposed to do, so I'm worried if I do it, I'll lose the opportunity to check out other things.
I feel like that's got decent odds of being true.
Okay, I'll read the note.
My sweetheart Gwendolyn, when you read this letter, you'll already know about the crown I have left for you and why. Please don't worry about me. I lived a long, fulfilling life, and I wouldn't change one decision. I've promoted wisdom and knowledge in this kingdom, and I've seen that same thoughtfulness in your eyes. But I would never force upon you rules and addenda to protect my legacy. You must make your own decisions. I only share my stories in the hope that they would help you down whichever path you choose for Daventry. Go forth and be Queen Gwendolyn the wise, or the patient, or the dragon slayer. Just know that I will always be watching over you and kissing your forehead from the stars above.
I was just about to say the same thing, Culinary. The music got interrupted kind of abruptly there. I was
like it seemed like it was ramping up to something and then it changed suddenly.
That was good. And I'm also very curious about the epilogue.
Right.
Video games. So, it's late. I was wondering if we would have time to wrap up the epilogue today, but it looks like that is not the case. So we'll do that next week. It sounds like the epilogue is a little shorter, so I assume I will be done with that in one stream. If we have time, we might even start The Wizard and the Princess next week. Depends on how long the epilogue is. Hinton, it's over, though there is an epilogue. Couple hours at most. Okay. But yeah, that was really great. Thank you, Hinton. Yes, we were successful, I think. I feel pretty good about it. I continue to be very curious how much variation there is in the game,
right.
If you make different choices. I assume the ending parts are not terribly different. Like,
right, I assume at most, like, you're
probably
the different people in the beginning, so, like, instead of the Hobblepots, you would have seen, you know, the baker or the blacksmith lady.
But, like, we had, because I went down the wisdom path, later in the game we had Acorn in the Hobblepot's shop. Right. Does that mean if I had chosen, and again, I don't want to know because I plan to play this again on my own. But I'm curious, like, if I had chosen the Amaya path, would I'm trying to think who was the... Wait, who are all the, like, Whisper?
Mm-hmm.
You know, would Whisper have shown up? And then who would the other one have been?
Dunno.
Does that even work out? Maybe Acorn. Maybe it's always Acorn and...
I mean, I know at some point, there was a mention that Amaya and Whisper had gone somewhere together, and that's why the blacksmith shop was empty.
Right.
So I don't know.
Like, the contest with the different knights was Acorn, Whisper, Achaka,
right,
in Manny, and of course Graham. So maybe it doesn't make sense that there are three different, you know, characters that you have in the later scenes. Maybe it's always Acorn. I feel like the first chapter is kind of a mediocre intro, even though it finishes decently. I think all the other chapters are stronger. Yeah, I agree. Although also, like, I don't think it was bad necessarily. It's just, you know, all the other chapters have all the previous chapters to build on, and like, it's always hard to, like, get something started and, you know, like, build a foundation for the story you're trying to tell, and then also, like, make it compelling right from the start. Like, a lot of games will kind of, you know, start out with some, like, exciting bit from later in the story, and then, you know, backtrack, and then, you know, eventually catch up to that opening scene just to, you know, give you something interesting right away. Which, you know, can work well, but also feels a little cheap sometimes. But yeah, like, I guess I don't really know how well the game did, but it from comments folks have made, I got the impression it wasn't super successful. And I certainly, like, you know, this game was 100% made for me, and it took me this long to finally purchase it. I honestly feel like
it's your fault.
Surely it could have been marketed better. Like, you know, even if the you know, first chapter didn't grab me right away, like, I'm surprised I never saw any, like, marketing or anything that convinced me to, you know, give it a shot and play the rest of it right away. So...
No final thanks for playing art, huh? It's too bad.
Oh, there's a gallery. Is that always? No. Okay. I'm just wondering, like, I'm not seeing any epilogue here.
Yeah.
So I can review the chapter ending art.
How do you get to the epilogue?
I don't know. I'm a little concerned. Like,
do you have the complete collection, Silver says?
Should be under chapter 5. Like, I purchased the season pass.
Is there, like, a all-in-one version that you did not purchase?
It's possible. Oh no.
Yeah, Silver says oh no. So
yeah, I'm with you. Is there another thing to download? I don't think so.
not from here anyway. Like maybe you could get it from the shop.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look into it. Like, I mean, I'm certainly not opposed to buying the game if
Silver,
that is a possible.
Steam, though. This is on the PlayStation.
Yeah, we are on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a way I can play it, I will figure it out and make it happen. but I'll look into it off stream, and hopefully we can do that. If not, I guess we'll just go straight to Wizard and the Princess next week, which is an Apple II game that is not technically a King's Quest game, but it takes place in the same universe. So it is. I didn't know until I started streaming these games
It's a primordial
that it
King's
is
Quest.
considered like part of the series, because it takes place in Serenia. So that's the next game we'll play, and then after that we will finish this very long King's Quest series with the SCI remake of the original game, which is it's kind of like graphics that are comparable to King's Quest IV, so like higher resolution and more colors, and I want to say it still has a parser input, but some of the puzzles have been changed up a tiny bit, so that'll be fun to check out and end this series with. I really hope I can figure out how to play the epilogue of this, because I really want to. Anyways, yeah, that was great. Trying to remember what button to hit here. Posted a link, had to do something weird on my PS4 copy. Okay. Good to know. Hopefully I can figure it out. Let's see. Schedule. So my next stream will be on Tuesday. We're done with Alone in the Dark 2. I won't say I hated it. I did conclude that it's a bad game. But also like, this was very early in the days of 3D and, survival horror. Like, it definitely, I would not call that one a survival horror game. Like, the first one
Survival Pirate
was definitely, kind of setting the foundation for future survival horror games. And I think, I was expecting not such a dramatic departure from the second game. And also just had some puzzles that were not great, and just the combat I had a hard time enjoying. But anyways, I've decided to stop playing that game. So next I'll be doing a couple of indie game demos. The first one is not terribly spooky, but it seems like it fits well, fits better with the Tuesday theme than it would on a Saturday stream. It's called, I hope I'm getting this right, Signal and Echo, Iris is Missing. It's a recent game demo that came out. It sounds like it takes about an hour to play through it. And it's like a point and click, nice pixel graphic style, limited color palette. And it's this interesting setup. You play as a reporter. Also, the designer of the game has background as being a reporter themselves for a number of years. And you're a reporter, and you have this computer system where you can like do research. And it kind of reminds me of Her Story a little bit, in this way you're kind of like looking up keywords and trying to piece together information. And then after that, I'm going to check out the latest demo for another indie game called Heartworm. I am pretty sure that Nina streamed the original demo as part of one of the Haunted PS1 collections.
Yeah, that seems familiar.
It's very much that kind of style. There's a new demo out which includes like 2 different chapters. But I wanted to check out some of that. It looks very cool. It's very much inspired by like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Like the approach, the like controls and UI and stuff feel very Resident Evil, but it has a little bit more of a Silent Hill vibe to it, I feel like. And then another exciting thing that made me want to try both of those games together is that they both start off telling you that you're going to need pen and paper to take notes, which I think is great. So that's what we'll be doing next Tuesday. And then, like I said, next Saturday, we will continue King's Quest, hopefully the epilogue of this game. Someone said, one of these days, someone in this chat right now is going to stream Hypnospace Outlaw, and it's probably going to end up either Robot Space or I. Yeah, that is definitely on my list of games I'm very intrigued by and would love to check out sometime. Doing something weird on PS4 sounds like a fun time. I agree completely. Oh yeah, Baltimore was playing Signalis recently, which is a very cool looking game as well. I don't know if I'll stream that one myself, but I definitely want to check it out regardless. But Baltimore, if you are planning to stream more of that, please feel free to let the chat know if they would like to check it out. It's a like a pixel style survival horror kind of game. Very, very nicely done graphics and a spooky vibe to it. Anyways, would you like to talk about your upcoming streams?
My upcoming streams. First up is Persona 3 on Monday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't really know what else to say other than we are still on the true ending path. It is January 2010. Not much more I can say that might not be a spoiler, basically. Might be a lot of Tartarus time, more so than progressing the calendar, but we'll just have to wait and see. And then after that, I will be streaming again on Thursday, doing Genshin Impact at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Nice. I am trying to find someone to raid here. Ooh, what's this? Oh, interesting. I'm gonna pop in a stream here real quick and alright. I don't know who the streamer is at all. Now they're right at the end. Somebody is looks like they're doing a speed run of King's Quest V, but they're like right at the end, so it's possible they'll be wrapping up soon. So let's pick someone else. How about a little Resident Evil Village?
Who's playing that?
Sav of the North. They used to have a different username, which I can no longer remember. We've rated them in the past. At that time, they were playing a game, like a creepy adventure game. I can't remember the name of.
Okay.
I'm just doing great at remembering things here. Stream more Signalis if people want to see it. All right. I would, if I'm able to, and you are streaming it, I would definitely be happy to check out more. So, thank y'all for joining me for yet another King's Quest. It's wild. I gotta add up how many weeks I've been playing King's Quest games now.
Many.
Quite a few. It'll be weird to finally move on to something else. I'm combination excited to finally check out something else on Saturday, and a little sad that I will be completely out of King's Quest. But
that's a little bit how I feel about Persona 3. Like, I've been streaming Persona 3 on Mondays for most of the year. That's what I do on Monday. What am I gonna do when I run out?
Hopefully soon we'll get an announcement that Queen's Quest is in the works. And that they brought Roberta Williams on board to work on that.
I only hope.
But y'all have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you around. Bye, y'all.